Hi, and welcome back to the daily market review for 26/18. So we had amazing ER after hours today. Well, yesterday was a great day. Facebook, great numbers, no slowdown on the users, amazing, and the queues took off. And we also had AMD with some good numbers with chips, and we had a great day in Nasdaq. The tech was all over the place, all highs, not all-time highs, but nice move to the upside today. So we had Amazon, Microsoft, Intel, these three big guns after hours today, and they all reported really well. Amazon went to all-time highs. We'll cover that in a little bit. Microsoft as well. Intel, not all-time highs, obviously, but still making good movement to the uptrend. So let's talk with S&P 500. Before we do that, I'm going to cover this video a little bit about, as always, SPY, QQQ, and IWM, but also we'll be talking about the plays. I did a video yesterday, and I alerted a couple of them in the plays in the video yesterday, and they actually really moved well today. So I'm going to talk about those as well, and then we'll go over the Amazon, Microsoft, and Intel and see where they go from here. So SPY, like I said, a good day. We held on to this 200 SMA yesterday, and a nice continuation today. Again, like I said, we are still in this triangle. We gotta watch this triangle. If we break out of this triangle, we're off the trouble. So we just gotta keep an eye on this thing and see what's going on here. This triangle breaks out, we good. If it breaks down, we got a support at this February, around this March, April 2nd lows, and then the February 9th lows, which are on the same kind of price area, 253 and then 254. So keep an eye on this triangle. We kind of got over this 13 SMA. We got the 50 coming up at 268. I think we're already at 267 right now. Nice move uptrend right now in after hours as well. But keep an eye on this triangle. QQQ. So again, same thing. I'll show QQQ different, two different charts on here. But let's just look at the from yesterday. We had a nice reversal at hammer on the daily at 156, and a nice spike, nice run today to almost 162 close. And after the close, we were waiting for the Amazon earnings, and once those came out, our entire black box Discord channel, the option players, bought the Q calls for tomorrow. Remember one thing: you can trade SPY, QQQ, IWM after hours until 4:15. So at I think 4:01 or 4:02 or 4:03, something like that, Amazon came out, and we were ready to buy it. Our Q calls, and yes, some went a little higher, some a little lower, but we were all able to get in for tomorrow expiration. And I personally bought 162s for tomorrow, for tomorrow's expiration, and right now it's already at 164. So that was a good buy. And I'm gonna actually hold those overnight. Obviously, I can't sell them right now, but I will hold them overnight and sell them tomorrow morning. Hopefully that this gaps hold up, which I'm pretty sure it's going to hold this gap up. So try to take advantage of the situations where you can make the extra cash just by, because you have the ability of buying those SPY, QQQ, and IWM ETFs calls or puts after hours until 4:15. And so if we look at this chart over here to the 4-hour 180, you can see this was yesterday, and then look at this. Right now we are at 164.24, and so right here is the candle. Today is what? So let's look at the hourly candle. It will give you a better idea of where we bought it. I want to just show you this, guys. Today was Thursday, so 4 p.m. was closed at 160 up right here. This is the close, and look at the spike. And I think I got it somewhere around this 161-ish, 162, 30 or 40, I think. So it was a nice, and they will pay tomorrow. Right now it's already at 164. So try to take advantage of these, when you can buy these ETFs after hours. Let's look at IWM. Nothing much to a little slow here today, but again a green day, the green day on it, holding this 50-100 SMA, 13 SMA is also kind of a resistance here. If we can break out of this level right here, 156, 155.36, which is a resistance overall here, we should be able to get back to that 157 and then 160. So I will keep an eye on this IW. It had a slow day today, but as the retail starts, small cap starts, the earnings, this should see some movement. So let's start with Home Depot. This was one of the stocks that I had alerted in the video yesterday, along with the charts on StockTwits. So let me just take these studies out. It's kind of we don't need this right now in here. So it was a very nice chart, and I said 170 was a hold support, strong support here, and 175 was also a support, and 180 was a resistance. And once and you can see how 180 was holding it, around in this over here, and then like literally all this time, 180 was like holding it. And today, just needed some volume, had some nice volume, and it just took off. Just one volume, one day away, and it just a massive $8 pop on it. I had 180 calls for June. My regret was I actually sold them a little too early. I did not held on to till this long. I had bought at 435. I sold at, I hate saying it, I sold at 550, and those contracts ended up being around like 880. So I sold them quite early, almost $3 early. But it was still, hey, it was a good play. And now I see this over here is the resistance around this time. Over here, let's see, 186. So I would love it to see, getting stuck here and pull back to 180 if possible and buy it again. 180 should hold as a support though. I would love for a nice pullback here. I really regret selling early, but it was a green trade, so no regret on that part. But definitely trusting my charts would have been a lot better. If I had this line up here this morning, I probably would have held on to it. But definitely a good trade overall. The other one was UPS. I actually had an earnings play. I did a one call YOLO on it, and I've been talking about UPS for quite some time. And the thing with UPS was, the only reason I did a YOLO on it was I saw a bull flag here, and they had good numbers. Didn't really move in the morning in pre-market, but it took off. I had 110 calls again for expiration for tomorrow. Again, something that I regret selling way too early. At the morning spike, I had bought it for 119. I sold for 150, so not really a good profit on it. But those calls ended up being at $3 today, $3.50 I believe, when it hit that 114 mark. So definitely did not really do much on it. But again, it was a good play. If you saw the video and you bought this play, you definitely made money on this ER on UPS. So now from here, you can see UPS, and I expect it to make a move up to, it broke the resistance at 110, which was actually holding it up all day. Let's see what we got here. I would say like 115-ish, 50, and then right here 121, and then it could fill the gap. So I would keep an eye on it. I mean, it definitely is not going to be a one-day mover. I expect it to run for a couple of days after the ER. So let's see if it breaks this 115.59. If not, it could pull back to 110. So let's just keep an eye on UPS, going into next week. Now let's move into earnings from today. Amazon. Now let me just change the chart here, show a couple things. Okay, so this is a 180-day, 4-day chart, 4-hour chart. Kind of gives you a daily chart experience on here. We are off to the, oops. We're off to the races here, guys. Off to the races. Where are we right now? After hours, 1626, all-time highs. All-time highs on Amazon. Where do we go from here? Literally at this time, you know, obviously they had good numbers. They just raised their Prime members fee from 99 to 119. You know, it's a toughie to look. If you think about it, it's just a tough one to keep an eye on. And now let me do this real quick. And I mean, let's see if I can show you where can it go. I know there's a Fibonacci that I just changed it. So let's just see if I can. I mean, I can see it going to 1731 or 1713, but you know, just for me, this is just I feel like a little too far-fetched. Just too much strength on it, man. Just too much strength on it. If I want to look at a daily chart here, just take this off. Try to go a little, try to look at a pattern here. Let me just increase a time here. Let me do a 2-year time frame on Amazon. Just because I want to see something, that I want to show something, and I'm not trying to be anything, you know. I just want to show something here. So what I want to show is you can easily see this trend line here, actually, right from this gap up, and right here. Okay, so we actually don't need all that over there. So right here is what I'm seeing on Amazon, and from this gap from that from last year. And we are moving up nicely. Nice time every time we have pulled back to these you know, trend line. Nice pullback. February 9th pullback, April 2nd pullback, and right now we are at these high levels of 1626, which is way over here. And that's the thing. It does have it does like to come back to the trend line, and it has in the past. That's the thing. So you gotta be careful with it. I like it, but I'm just you know, careful. I don't play Amazon, but if you do, just be mindful of these lines. It does like to pull back. So yeah, let's look at Microsoft. Let me just take this thing out of here. Nice numbers today after hours. Had a little issue in the beginning of the ER, kind of like gapped down a little bit, and then it pulled, and then it decided to make a rally. So like right here, it came down to like 91, and now made that all-time highs to 97. Again, see, this is what I had on Microsoft from way before. These Fibonacci were drawn beforehand. 97 is an issue here. 97.30. Even now, it did not really able to. Now it's at 97.35. You know, it's not been able to get over that 97 because it's near that $100 mark. It's gonna hold it up. It really needs to push it through this line over here and close above this line, 97.30ish, 97.98 maybe, for that movement to carry on tomorrow and next week. But I did not play this ER. I will definitely be looking to buy some longer term stuff. I love Microsoft. I play it very often, you know, and I definitely want to see this break over 100 soon. And so keep an eye on it, but make sure it breaks this 97.30. You know, it has some trouble doing it, and can't do it here. Couldn't do it here. If you look at daily chart. you know, had some troubles, and now it's right now the same thing, 97.30. So eyes on Microsoft, but be careful. And last and not least, Intel. I actually bought some 90 Intel $55 calls. Let me see if I can show real quick to you guys what I did. I'm sorry, I was not ready for this video. I just decided to do a little last minute. So give me a second here. Should have had this up before, but so this morning, this is the Intel flow that we had on our black box channel. And I actually ended up buying these $55 strike price for, where is it? I think it's early in the day. I saw right here the $55 strike price for June, and I paid like 139 or 140, I think. They were bought above the ask, and I followed these guys over here. Whoever bought these, we did a great job here. But definitely a good play here. Definitely a good play. Until right now at 50, it actually had a nice spike to 57. Their conference call kind of was not really what I wanted to hear, but hey, I think it's fine. 55.76 right now. Those calls will still be good in the money tomorrow. The good thing about Intel is that it actually broke through this resistance of 127, but again, it did not really close above. It's not gonna close above it for sure, I believe. But it got stuck at a 127 Fibonacci, right? 127.80, couldn't break it. It just got stuck and then just pulled back. But if it really goes through it, 61 is a price target. So I have June 55, but you know what? For the most likely, I'm gonna take this off the table tomorrow and just wait till next week until Apple does their earnings and then decide from there what I want to do. But keep an eye on these things. Now let's just look at Baba. I'm a long-term Baba bull, and I again had a nice day on scalping some calls here. She's moving up. She's up $4 right now after hours, or $3.50 because of Amazon and then Baidu. Baidu had good numbers today. So now I can look to buy Baba into the ER run. The ER is next week, next Thursday before the bell. So it's already at what 177.10, so which is around this. Let's try to price it up. See what happens. So it's already around this 177 right here. Now, if this actually opens up above it and rallies through, it really needs to get over this 180, 181-ish, and then 184-ish. If those two goes through, then we're looking at a 191. Those are the lines on Baba. Okay. Downside, I think, is right now out of the picture as we go into the earnings next week. So watch tomorrow what market does. Any dip tomorrow on Baba around 175-ish, I personally would love to get back in and hold it over the weekend. But again, be careful holding anything over the weekend. Again, low volume on Baba today. ER next week, I expect this to at least be at 180, 185 before the earnings. So yeah, this is one of the plays that I would love to play in next week into the earnings. Everything else, I am pretty much cash. And now since we have the major chunk of the ER except Apple next week, we should be able to find some kind of a balance in the market, and find some trend going forward. Last couple of weeks we had last 1 week we had good bank numbers, but we were not able to rally. We had good Google numbers. We're not able to move on. Finally, we had something from Facebook yesterday, which kind of gave us some relief rally, and today Amazon and Microsoft and Intel doing really well should give us a boost tomorrow into Friday, and hopefully these gaps up hold on to Monday. So be smart. This is the ER season, so anything you buy and hold is a YOLO. So it's about it for this video, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on StockTwits under Eye on Wall Street, or if you're Discord Black Box member, DM me. Also, we'll be having free trials. If you're not a Discord member, we'll be having free trials, and you're watching this video on StockTwits, and you're not a Discord member, we'll be having free trials starting to next Monday. So if you are interested in free trial, DM me on StockTwits, and I'll get you a free trial for next week. You get all these option flows. We also have a penny stock scanners right here. So if you see, we had a CRK alert this morning, and it just took off in the morning. It at 8:08, at 5:82, and 7:50. We also have live news from fly.com, and a lot of features. I mean, and we also have OTC. Whatever you like to trade, we got you covered. So yeah, if you're interested in a free trial, shoot me a message, and we'll get you in. Come trade with us next week. It's a lot of fun. We like to just not trade. We like to have fun as well, and great people, amazing group of people that we trade with, and I'm sure like you will enjoy and learn a lot. So yep, if you're interested, just let me know, and we'll hook you up. And have a great day. If you have any questions, again, feel free to message me at Eye on Wall Street and StockTwits or on Discord. Thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.